What is it like going from war hero to accused war criminal? Are you angry?
No. It has been incredibly painful and very difficult. Over the last years, everyone who served with me stood by me. And so it's over, and it's time to move on.
That is decorated Green Beret Army Major Matthew Goldstein, accused of violating rules of engagement when he killed a suspected Taliban bomb maker back in 2010. President Trump says he may get involved in this matter. The president tweeting this at the request of many. I will be reviewing the case of a U.S. military hero, Major Matt Goldstein, who was charged with murder. He could face the death penalty from our own government after he admitted to killing a terrorist bomb maker while overseas. End tweet. Indiana Republican Congressman Jim Banks serves on the House Armed Services Committee, also the most recently deployed member of Congress, serving in Afghanistan back in 2014 and 15. And, sir, thank you for your time today.
Good to be with you.
Killed the bomb maker, gave the details to the CIA. What happens now, do you think?
Well, what we know is that an Article 32 hearing will probably occur sometime next year. And at that hearing, they will determine whether or not a general court-martial will occur sometime in the future after that. So this process is just in the very beginning. I know that the president has taken a special interest because some of the details of this situation, there's already been an investigation that's occurred before. The details are complex and conflicting, so I understand why the president has taken a special interest, but we have a long ways to go before Major Goldstein might be prosecuted for these crimes if they did occur.
Okay, this was not, by definition, in the field of battle. This was a detainee who was in custody. Is that correct?
My understanding of the case is that that is true. There was already an investigation several years ago that took years in and of itself. So now that it's being reopened, an Article 32 hearing scheduled for unclear when, but probably sometime in 2019. At that hearing, Major Goldstein will have an opportunity to defend himself. Will be provided with a military attorney, a JAG, to help him make that case. Almost always, that process works, and I think it's important at this point to not make any judgments or intervene at this point. Allow the process to work its way through. The process almost always works. So the Article 32 hearing will be an opportunity for that to occur.
Couple things here. Here's the wife of Goldstein said this.
My message is that Matt was cleared of wrongdoing in 2015. We have moved on with our lives. We have moved. We have had a new baby. We have, moved on. We are waiting for someone to do the right thing. It is time for someone in Army leadership to crawl out from the blanket of anonymity under which they hide and take responsibility for this and step in and do the right thing.
You can tell where she's coming from. Here's the Pentagon statement quickly. The allegations against Major Matt Goldstein are a law enforcement matter. The Department of Defense will respect the integrity of this process and provide updates when appropriate, end quote. Jack Keane, the general, was with us earlier today. I know you're very familiar with him. He kept coming back to the question, why now? The military had already taken action, so then how would you answer that? Why now?
It's difficult to answer that, and that's why the president has taken a special interest in this case, because it was investigated before, now being investigated again. But the Article 32 hearing will give Major Goldstein an opportunity to defend himself before they move forward in that process. The process works. We need to allow it to work, and I believe it will here in the near future.
Jim Banks, thank you for your time. When do you think that is resolved then?
Well, the Article 32 hearing will likely occur sometime next year. It's hard to say. It hasn't been scheduled.
Months from now.
It could be months from now. That, of course, that's a long time for this family to be drugged through something that they've been drugged through before. That's why I understand the emotions of this wife and others who are involved.
Thank you, sir. From Indiana, the Republican Jim Banks. Thanks for coming on.